Click the first link in the description for the best Askreddit content. Today I fucked up by training myself to be unable to differentiate dreams from reality until I wake up. Since I was around 20 years old, I've occasionally suffered from sleep paralysis and recurring nightmares. Naturally, I looked into ways to recognize when I'm dreaming and tried various options. The one thing that worked was trying to read or write in a dream. It took me some time, but by now I'm able to conjure something up that should be readable. So for years now, the first thing I do when I suspect that I'm dreaming is trying to read something. For some reason I always try super hard to get the blurry mess on a page to focus. Turns out I shouldn't have done that. Last night I read a book before going to bed, had a nightmare and was able to read passages of the book. Consequently, I almost had a damn heart attack when I fell off the cliff in my dream and woke up in bed. Now I can't discern between dream and reality and am kind of afraid of sleeping. Too long didn't read. Conditioned myself to read in dreams, now can't tell if nightmares are actually happening or if I'm dreaming. Fucking hell, and I can barely remember my dreams. This is next level. I just woke up from a dream about aliens where a lady named Susan had made a website, Susan Believes Shim. First thing I did was Google that shit. Nothing. Maybe try reading something and then, just to check, go back a page and read the same page twice? If you're dreaming, there's a good chance the words will be different. That's why a common technique used by lucid dreamers is to check the time twice in a row. If there's a big difference, it means they're dreaming. Good suggestion. I guess it'll just take some time to get used to it. I get this. I never tried to read though. When I realize I'm dreaming, I just open myself to see all the colors, hear all the sounds. And it's beyond Bo today I fucked up. The colors and music, everything is more than on this earth. Then I try and direct it in the direction of a sexy dream, haha. Aside from the acid trip part in your comment, can't control what happens in my dream, not even entirely what I do. But once I realize it's a dream, it's easier to handle the things that happen. I got hit by a slow-moving meteor in the dream. Compared to reality, it was hella slow. Problem was there was some tactile feedback in the dream and wasn't just visual. Like getting hit by a dodgeball the size of your body and getting knocked backwards. Smiley face. And then there was the nightmare when I was 17 where there was people surrounding a table full of meat, not on plates, just piled. And eventually I realized that it was human meat because I saw fingers and a person grabbed an amputated dick and ate it. Woke up in a mild panic and stared at a wall for like a half hour as I wanted to throw up, smiley face. I did the same thing. I read somewhere that the part of your brain that can read turns off when you sleep. Once I realized that, I trained myself to read in my dreams. Alongside of that, I now occasionally lucid dream. Can distinguish dreams from reality usually, but sometimes I can't. It also means I don't sleep as well because I have to slightly wake myself up to read. Sometimes, I read some interesting things in my dreams that I make up, so I write them down. It's usually jokes or alternate universe Calvin and Hobbes comic strips. Sometimes it's poetry. The Calvin and Hobbes ones get very weird and I can never remember them when I wake for some reason. The other stuff I do remember when I wake. Of course, there are the things in the dark that bite and scratch. Those are the ones that are hard to distinguish from reality. I feel pain in my dreams, so that kind of sucks. It's not referred pain from a numb hand or injury or anything. I literally feel tremendous pain when they bite. I can usually kill them barehanded, but it takes work, and there are many. It came alongside being able to read in my dreams. Today I fucked up by licking the container of Nutella Breadsticks and ending up in the ER. It was 3 AM and I was playing video games with my friends. In between one of the rounds, I got up and got myself a pack of Nutella Breadsticks. I went through the breadsticks like nothing, and I started licking the Nutella for some reason. I licked it like a cat would drink from a water bowl, and on the way down of one of the licks, the force was enough to get my tongue stuck on a hook from my braces. This wasn't an ordinary hook that you'd see on the outside of your teeth. it's the one on the inside of your teeth. Pain was a bit like biting your tongue, except it was constant, and every attempt I made to get my tongue off of the hook, it just made it worse. Since the tongue was stuck, I couldn't articulate anything, and any attempt would have me drooling over myself, so I typed in chat BRB, tongue got stuck in braces, and started looking for help. This led to me knocking on my parents' bedroom door, which their first reaction was with anger, then with concern when they saw me frantically pointing at my mouth. Attempts at getting the tongue unhooked were unsuccessful, so we drove to the hospital. We got to the hospital in 10 minutes, ran into the ER, and as they asked for my details, my mom had to explain everything for me. Thankfully, this was the ER at 4 AM. So there were no wait times. After explaining to a nurse what happened, a doctor came in around 20 minutes later with a tweezer and finally got my tongue off the hook. At this point, it had been around 90 minutes since my tongue first got stuck, but everything was quite uneventful afterwards. The doctor explained to me, and my parents, what to do if something similar happens in the future, and after a few documents later, we headed home. We're also lucky that we lived in a state that had good healthcare, and after apologizing to my parents for the inconvenience caused, they said there were no hard feelings. Too long didn't read, licked a pack of Nutella Breadsticks, got tongue stuck on hook, braces, had to go to ER. Edit, I like how my first gold was a post about how I was hungry for Nutella that I got my tongue stuck on the hook. So if it happened again, what do you do? It basically said that you'd use the tweezer, pull it towards the front teeth, then try to pull the tongue upwards. I'm in kind of a unique situation where I needed hooks on the inside of the teeth, as I had inflamed lower gums that didn't let them put brackets on one of the teeth. But good information to have nonetheless. If you didn't know, they sell wax for braces that you could probably put over the hook, so at least it won't be poking you till your tongue heals up. Oh snap, this happened to me too when I had braces. I ate chocolate with raisins, rubbed my tongue along to see if I had any stuck, and then got my tongue caught in the front left hook. Went to ER where I was surrounded by like 10 doctors and nurses craning their necks to get a good look at me while another doctor froze my tongue and snipped it out. Ouch. I used to get the little ridge under my tongue, stuck in between my teeth sometimes when I stuck my tongue out too far. Never caused any major issues, it was just mildly uncomfortable the few times it happened. No, I used to get that too. FML, that was terrible because I would end up having to pull it off myself. My tongue is long as Flamau. What th hell? Today I fucked up by buying a new straightener. Today I fucked up by buying a new hair straightener. So this morning while getting ready, I plugged in my hair straightener, turned it on and saw it light up. After a couple of minutes, I went to use it and realized it was cold and the light was out. I was pretty disappointed it had died, but not surprised. It was 7 years old and already on the way out. So, after work I headed down to the mall and found one on sale for $85, down from $140, which I figured wasn't a bad deal, so I bought it. I got home, pulled it out of the box to admire, and went to the gym. An hour later, I got home and sat down to watch some TV and found the batteries in my remote had died. I changed them, but still no luck with getting the TV on. Frustrated, I leant down behind my bed to do the classic unplug plug-in and found that my power board wasn't lit up. The same power board I'd plugged my straightener into this morning. My straightener wasn't broken. My power board was. So now I'm out $85 for no reason and can't even return the new one because I took it out of the box. So now I'm just trying to convince myself that it wasn't a waste because my old ones were on the way out anyway, but you know. $85 straightener versus $10 power board hurts a little. TL/doctor, thought my straightener was broken so bought a new one, turns out the plug was broken. This is a lot better than the potential my new straightener burned my hair off direction I was expecting. Hey, that's a long time for a straightener. Don't feel bad, I spent $100 on a chi because it's chi and I hate it. It's been 3 years and I still just deal with it even though my boyfriend's mom's $20 straightener is infinitely better lol. Time for a spontaneous gift to a female friend. Not sure where you live or what store you bought the straightener from, but most places will accept a return of an opened product as long as the product is put back in the box. That same shit happened to me a few weeks ago. But I did notice before I made the purchase, thank goodness.